Hey guys, welcome to a new 5 for Friday. Did not post one last week due to graduation. Hopefully, you all will enjoy this one though. We're getting back to our top fives. This one's a request by two of my biggest fans in the Williams household. We'll be talking about video games today, and I will be ranking the top video games that have been getting me through the quarantine and epidemic here. Um, so it's not necessarily a list of the best games that are out there. It is more so focused on games that I've been playing over the course of this time. So hopefully you all will enjoy. Obviously, I know that this topic may not be the one that reaches my older audience, but that's okay. Um, so number five actually got a tie, and that is a tie between Ark and GTA. Both of which are games that are fun on their own, but they're much better with friends that you play with. And luckily enough, I've got two groups of buddies who play both. And so, because of that, it's a lot more entertaining. Ark, if you've never played Ark before, it's essentially a build-up game. Think Jurassic Park, except a little older as far as timeline wise. But if you have a really good group of friends who continue to play all the time, it's great, just like GTA. Um, Grand Theft Auto has been one of my favorite series over the course of the years, just as far as all the things you can do, properties you can buy, events you can be part of. It's always been super fun and something that I've used to kind of distract myself from what's going on. So it's always a fun game to play. Number four will be the only computer game that's going to be on this list, and that is Out of the Park Baseball. A lot of you probably haven't heard of this game. It's a text sim where you run essentially a baseball league. You can coach and manage your own team, but you can also change the course of history. You can go back in history and play a season in, 1910 if you want to, or you can play a season with players from today. Has prospects from the upcoming years already loaded into it. It's a great game, really, really in depth, super in depth, which is how I like my sports games to be. It's just something that's a really fun. You can get invested into it as you see your guys develop over the course of time. So highly recommend it. Any sports fans out there watching this, if you have a computer that's capable of running it, I would recommend Out of the Park Baseball. Great series. You can usually find it on sale sometimes, and if you can, it's an easy buy. Number three for me, we're gonna go with NBA 2K20. Always need some sports games in the rotation. NBA 2K20, of course, the latest release from the 2K brand. It's always fun. I always love picking up a basketball game every year, especially to play with the Grizzlies now with Jaw and Jaren Jackson, Brandon Clark. It's really fun to drop into. I'm more of a My League guy. Of course, you have options to create your own player, go into neighborhood with my player and play with other people out there with their different builds. But again, I'm more of a franchise dynasty guy. So I really like playing My League a lot in 2K20, which will also tie in with game number two for me, and that's NCAA Football 2014. I know a lot of you would be thinking, "Oh my gosh, 2014! Why would you be playing a game from that far back?" And that's the last release of the NCAA football game. It's the only reason I still have an Xbox 360. Um, just the way that there's a community out there of guys um, who there's a website called Operation Sports, and they have forums on there where they essentially go in every year, re-edit the rosters, and they'll post the rosters. So I'm playing NCAA 14, but I'm actually using rosters from this upcoming season. They've gone through and put in recruiting classes, and they've updated every roster in the game. It's obviously a painstaking process, but those guys believe in it so much that they want to continue to update it and grow it, which is awesome. Every once in a while, I'll hop in and help, especially like Cincinnati's roster. The guy who does it usually sends me an email, and I will hop in and help him do that. So it's awesome. Obviously, we want a new one, but working with what we've got, the fact that NCAA is still online, the online dynasty still works, the servers still work, it's awesome. Going into number one, this is probably not really a surprise to most of you out there. It's Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. Warzone's really been the big part of this, and again, this is another one where if you have a group of people that you play with a lot, it's really going to enhance the value of the game, even though I would argue that most games are like that. Um, but to have a group of people and differing personalities that you can play with every night, it becomes more about the people you play with than the game necessarily. But Warzone is always interesting, even though it's the same map over and over again. It plays different each time, which is really unique. And then if Warzone gets stale, which it does every once in a while, you need something different. You got different game modes like Plunder. You can also hop over onto multiplayer, which they do a really good job of updating, dropping in new maps every once in a while, even though I am a shipment 24/7 type of person. But Warzone's been great. Battle Pass, highly recommend it if you can afford it. If you buy it once, you can generally build up enough money to buy it each season it comes out. So they really do keep tabs on it. Now, there are some inconsistencies as far as playlists and stuff. But for the most part, it's worked out pretty well, and Warzone's probably, I'm not a huge battle royale guy, but it has kept me entertained throughout this time. So those are our top five. If there's any that you've been out there playing or other things you've been doing to get through, let me know. Post it in the comments. If you have any suggestions, anything like that, feel free to post those too. We will have some podcast news upcoming, maybe in the next week or so. I know Chase is working on a logo right now, and we hope to get that going before the end of summer, hopefully here in the next few weeks. Thank you, all of you who've been supportive of that. It's been awesome. I really really am thankful for all of you out there. So thank you. Have a good weekend, and hopefully we will see you again next Friday.